to our fabulous Maranyundo alumni who are here with us today, who are going to share about their time at Maranyundo Girls' School and how their education at MGS prepared them for where they are today. They'll also share about their excitement how the Maranyundo Learning Hub is reaching more students, more teachers, and more schools across Rwanda, providing access to the same kind of educational opportunities that they had at the Maranyundo Girls' School. Our first speaker, Chantal Umuhoza, graduated from Maranyundo Middle School in 2012 when there was only a middle school. She went to the College of the Holy Cross, majoring in physics, then received her master's in science in electrical and computer engineering from WPI, and now works as a power systems engineer. Our second speaker is Mercy Mukasafari, who recently graduated from Maranyundo High School last year in 2021 after the COVID lockdowns. She is now studying at Wellesley College, majoring in economics and math. And our third speaker is Kelia Karambizi, who also graduated from the Maranyundo Middle School in 2014, and then was part of the pioneer class of the new high school in 2015. She graduated this past May from Wheaton College, studying biochemistry in the pre-med program, and is now working as a research assistant at the Mansfield Bioincubator. So now, if you all would like to come on up. And Chantal, we're going to start with you, so if you want to come on over. And I'll let you.
Hi everyone, my name is Chantal Moza, and thank you Jesse for the introduction. And I was, I think, the third cohort of Maranyundo when it started, so we only had the O level, and so that's the lower classes at the time. And just asked me to talk about how the Maranyundo experience helped me with my career and my studies at the time. And I probably wouldn't be where I am now if I didn't have the foundation that I had at Maranyundo. So when I think back of how I'm 12 years old and, you know, being the first time away from home, and then you all meet together at Maranyundo and you're all going through the same experiences, and being under the leadership of Sister Juvenal at the time has just been such a great foundation for teaching me to be responsible and to be accountable in both school and also in real life. So I remember when we were studying for our national exams, Sister Juvenal would be inviting teachers from other schools that were well known, and even from the Ministry of Education, to come and give us lectures just to see how we were doing in classes and test us. And knowing that someone was out there trying to equip us with all the knowledge we can possibly get, just give us all the more energy and focus to try to do as well as we can, to show her that we appreciate her looking out for us. I didn't continue at Maranyundo. I went to another school called Kashora, but even then Sister Juvenal would be checking on us, asking us how we're doing, and just keep trying to see how we're doing even after Maranyundo. So I was able to come and go to Holy Cross. It's a small college. I didn't know everyone, but even then, Sister Juvenal reached out to me and introduced me to Mike and Maureen Rutgers, who have been my second family here, who have looked out for me in every way possible. So just having those people looking out for you and, you know, trying to make sure that you had everything you need, it's just, there's nothing you can do except doing better and trying to be the best you can so that you can also help other people in the background. So I'm really excited about this Learning Hub theme and how it's going to help even more students in the country, not just Maranyundo students as well. So I'm very excited to see what their future is going to be. Thank you.
Maranyundo alum. I'm very, very honored and pleased to be here today. And I would like to also once again give a shout out to Sister Juvenal, because my remarks will also come back to her. In my time at Maranyundo, I joined in 2012 and I left in 2017. But in my time at Maranyundo, she was not a head mistress or head of a school, but she was like a mother to us, as what Chantal just said. And that just shows the more of what the Maranyundo community is. It's not just a school, but it's a family. And me growing up in a family where they teach you respect, leadership, and discipline, which is our 3 pillars, it shaped me into a leader I am today, but also more of random cores that are just coming back in reality, and has allowed me to be where I am today as a research assistant and being able to connect with all of you and do what I'm doing right now. And the discipline was not just the word, but also was put in action. I would like to quote what she used to tell us at every morning assembly. She used to tell us that time wasted is time gone. And so if you waste your time, it's wasted. It's not coming back. And that word always reflected. I always reflected on those words because every time I waste time today, procrastinate, I'm realizing, oh, time wasted is not coming back. And so I'm always able to reflect on those small mentorship sessions that she used to give us and realize that we are here because of the small foundations. We're here because of the few times they used to be strict on us, telling us to go and study, or the few times where you would be in trouble doing some mistakes, because every kid always makes mistakes, but learning from those mistakes was what has allowed us to be staying here today, being able to compete with other schools or other students from other schools and be able to make it to schools here abroad, right? And the mentorship, as I mentioned, has also allowed us to be back and being able to give back and connect with those who are still very new. It is always a pleasure to meet people like the headmistress right now, the teacher, because it allows me to realize that I can always reflect and give back to the school that has shaped me to who I am today. And that just goes back to the culture of London, where we don't like to be rich by your own, right? To just always growing up by yourself. You face the tragedy and we don't like to always go back. And so this new learning hub is really exciting because Maranyundo will not just be growing by itself, but it will be growing with other schools, not just the Benevicia, but also the other schools in the community. We don't like seeing Maranyundo being shining in the whole district. What about the other schools in Yamata and other schools in the area? So I would like to thank Maranyundo Initiative for always really working behind the scenes and making all this possible. Sometimes we used to have books, not know where it's coming from, but it's always the hard work. Some of those books, we used to just not realize that it's not helping us read, but also shape us to become better readers and actually help those around us. And so it has not only just shaped us into the scientists and different engineers that we are today, but the Rwandans that we are today. We're very proud of those. So thank you so much.
Thank you. My name is Safari. I think I'm the only one of the 3 of us who has ever worked with system teaching into the pandemic. Yeah, so I want to talk a lot more about the pandemic and how the access to technology has really shaped us. So it was like a scary time to all of us because the moment she came to our dining hall, it was in the morning and she was like, you guys are going back home tomorrow. It was crazy because we were all thinking, what will happen to us? What will happen on vacation? What will happen? It was just so broad, like the future was not like, we didn't see where we were heading, and that is a scary thing. But when we got home, our school just started this online classes program, but then we faced another question. Like some of my classmates were telling me that we don't have access to technology, we don't have phones. How are we going to attend these online classes? And then they helped us with phones. So people who could not access phones, they could access phones. And then that was a great thing because then we would come back to school after the pandemic and we're not lost. We're still on track, and that is a very important thing for students. And when we got back to school, she introduced the computer program. At first, we're like, okay, what is this going to do? Because sometimes we're presented with an opportunity and then we don't know how well to use it. So Sister Letitia told us that we could start by doing some research. At our level of education, it's not like research at our level, we're still in high school. Why do we need research? But then she gave us ideas that we're interested in something. Why can't you start now and research about what you're interested in? And then we took like a research program in the term before we finished Maranyundo. And I remember I took a research in why the numbers of Rwandan women in science were dropping. It was an incredible research because I didn't even realize that they were dropping because I was around women who are in science that I didn't realize that when you get into higher education, our numbers actually drop by a big percentage. So that is a thing that up to now I'm still like working on, and something like I'm going to work on. And I thank Sister Letitia for letting me have that opportunity, because right now I know where I want to help my country with, and like it's a journey like I said it before. And I want to thank the Maranyundo initiative because I can see how much this has helped me and my classmates. So I'm so excited about the hundreds of others who are going to be impacted by